That's right gamers, Tetsyumi is back on his mobile game grind, and this time with a completely new style of video. This will hopefully be the first video in a new series where I blindly go into gacha or mobile games and score them based on how well they do in certain criteria to determine if you should play them or not. More on this at the end, but for now, let's look at the game. This is MementoMori, an absolutely beautiful new AFK RPG gacha game. I swear, the mobile game scene has been blowing up over the past few years. We've had games like Genshin Impact, Arknights, 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and many others. And for the most part, games like this completely change a public's opinion on mobile games. No longer are mobile games just the lazy cash grab for already established IPs. They're now fully fledged games, and for that reason, set to a higher standard. So for that reason, today I wanted to showcase MementoMori for you guys, and talk a little bit about it, because so far, the polish on this game is absolutely incredible. I'm talking visual novel levels of art style, full voice acting.
What the heck is this crap?
Beautifully composed OSTs for almost every character, and seemingly lots of different game modes and things to do while you aren't AFK. First, let's talk about the core of the game, which is the actual gameplay. In all honesty, nothing insane here. At its heart, this game truly is an AFK RPG. There's a main world with levels and boss fights, meanwhile in the background, and while you're not playing the game, your team will battle without you and you collect all the rewards when you log on. The battle system itself is also very hands-off. If you've played AFK Arena, you can think of it like that. Essentially, you upgrade your characters by leveling them up, equipping gear, and awakening them, and then when it comes to the battle, you watch them do their thing. Though with that, there are also different game modes than just the main story. There's an area called Trials, which is where you go to do things like Cave of Space-Time, Tower of Infinity, and Battle Leagues. The Cave of Space-Time is a very fun game mode where you get to choose your battles from a few different options, and if you win, you get a reward called a Blessing that gives your party a power-up. You also get Space-Time coins for each win, which you can exchange in the shop for character shards. Tower of Infinity is a tower-style battle, shocker, where each battle you win, you ascend to the next floor until you reach the top. This mode seems to be the main way you farm equipment, with better loot the further you go up. And the Battle Leagues, as I'm sure you may have guessed, is the PvP arena, where you get to fight other teams' players and get rewards based on your daily rank. And as well as Trials, there's also Guilds, which come with the usual team game modes, such as Guild Raids, where the members of your guild try to do enough damage to a boss before it disappears, and Guild Battles, where you defend and capture other guilds' bases. Overall, the gameplay of this game isn't extremely unique or anything new. It's pretty standard in terms of the AFK style of game. Now don't get me wrong, it's definitely not bad, it's just not revolutionary. It's not bringing back a dying genre with a new twist like what, in my opinion, Arknights does. Instead, it's the same tried and true style of gameplay like we see in many other AFK games. However, where this game does do something different, it absolutely excels in. Of course, I'm talking about this game's visual components. If you can look me dead in the subscribe button and press it, and also like and comment on the video, and tell me that this game isn't pretty, well, then I guess you'll just have to share this video with 4 of your friends because you're wrong. In a lot of cases, live 2D drawings just look awkward and are treated more like a gimmick than anything. But in this game, they heavily lean into the style and make all the art look really impressive. They clearly must have done a ton of tweaking to each character because almost all of the movements are insanely smooth, and not just squash and stretch like most live 2D drawings are. There's a ton of great examples of this, but for now I'll showcase the main girl, Ilya's memory, which is the lord of the character. She's extremely animated, and you can see how much polish they put into her movement. And as for their attack animations, it's largely the same compliments as before. When they use one of their abilities, you get a cut-in of their character doing the attack, and then they fade away. If I had one criticism about this, it would be that, in my opinion, they could stand to make these cut-ins a little more flashy or unique to the character, just so that they stand out more and feel more powerful as an attack. And going back to the memories, they're also a great place to showcase another amazing quality about this game, which is the full voice acting.
But I refuse to let that stop me. Because above all else, as the one entrusted with the staff by Her Holiness, I don't want to lose anyone important to me ever again.
Every character that I've come across so far has amazing voice acting to go along with them. And on top of that, every character has their own OST, or music, that plays if you select them for your home screen. And these songs aren't just forgettable background noise either. They have real people perform these songs, and so far, every single one I've heard is an absolute banger. And now we can take a look at the final aspect that I wanted to talk about, which is the summoning. Because as we all know, a gacha game's only as good as its rates. I am very happy to say that the rates, on paper at least, are looking pretty good. The base pull rate for an SR, which is the highest tier summonable, is a 4.46. Pretty good considering you get a summon ticket every day for your daily challenges, which can be used on the Prayer of the Cursed banner. It looks like for the majority of other banners, it will cost 3,000 gems for a multi, but again, at minimum, you will get around 500 gems per week if you just do the daily and weekly challenges, and you can get more by doing PvP and other activities. Now, the best way to determine if these rates seem fair is to actually summon on them. So let's showcase the summoning in this game by doing a small, quote-unquote, live summoning. And here we are on the summoning screen. So I'll go over this fast, but as you can see, on the left side of the screen here, we have all the different banners that are available to be summoned on. The first one here, we have Prayer of the Cursed. This is where you get to actually use those tickets that you can farm out from doing your daily challenges to summon on these characters. This Prayer of Beginnings is for the first 9 days when you make your account. You have the option in the shop to buy this SR ticket, and then you can summon on exclusively SR characters. This Prayer of the Fleeting here, this is going to be sort of the main banner that you can summon on. This one actually costs these gems that you can get from playing the game, and it takes 3,000 to actually make a multi. Then we have the Prayer of Friendship. This is just your basic friendship summon. This is here in almost every gacha game. And then we have this, the Prayer of Amber. And this one is pretty cool because it looks like every few hours or so, the featured unit for this banner actually changes. You can see down here that so far there's 4 in rotation. This is the one that is currently being displayed. But I do have the option to actually unlock these other ones. So maybe if I don't want to pull this unit, I want to pull this unit right here, I can unlock this one. And then for the next set amount of time, this is going to be the featured unit in case I actually want to pull on this banner. So this banner takes tickets too. It takes these Tickets of Souls, which I do not have any of yet. But I assume it's going to be similar to these Prayer of the Cursed tickets. I don't know if you can farm them out as easily, because I haven't gotten any yet. We are going to be summoning on this Prayer of the Cursed banner before we move on to summoning on the Prayer of the Fleeting banner and hopefully drawing Bell. But before we do, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about this wishlist, because as you may or may not know, you can wishlist certain characters over other characters, and this will actually affect the rates at which you pull them. So for instance, I have all these characters selected. These characters are considered to be the top or high tier characters in the game right now. And if I go ahead and scroll down to details, you can see that these characters actually have a higher % chance of showing up over other characters. You can see that like Amaleth here, she has a lower % chance than showing up than Florence has. Florence has a 0.2% chance, and Amaleth here has a 0.1% chance. So that's just a really good feature that I love when gacha games includes. It makes it way easier to summon, especially if you just want 1 or 2 select characters. And it just makes the summoning a lot better as a bonus, because not only could you possibly get, the featured character here, but even if you don't, you have a higher likelihood of getting other characters that you want. But enough dilly-dallying, I'm excited to actually summon on this game because I technically haven't apart from the tutorial summon which you were forced to do. So let's go ahead and go in here with a 10 summon. As you can see, if I summon 10 more times, or just do this multi here, I get this thing, which is a mystery rune, which I haven't quite unlocked yet, but basically they just also help make your character stronger. So let's just go ahead and get into it, see what the summoning animation is like, see what everything else is like. And it looks like the summoning animation's not insane, but once you get an SR, it does pop up, so we can see that here.
Watch, Master! Mimi will now perform her pretty magical dance. Come on, let's dance!
I'm sorry, I was holding back a laugh that whole time listening to her voice line. But here we go. So, as you can see, once you actually pull an SR, it will pop up like this. She'll say her own voice line, because, again, every character is voice acted, and you can actually hear her theme right now, which is, again, just awesome. And, this was one of the characters I had wishlisted because they are a bit better than a lot of the other characters. So, that's perfect. We actually got one of the characters that we wanted. Oh, okay, that's weird. I don't know why they pushed this banner to the front now after I summon, but we can do another multi, so let's go ahead and invoke one more time. Hopefully we get another cool character.
A special red dress for my favorite doll. Hi there. Let's play. It'll be so much fun.
And we did get another character from our wish list. And also, just listening to this first bit of her intro music, the music in this game, I know I've said it in the script already, it's just, oh, it's so good. So now that we got the ticket banner out of the way, we can go ahead and summon on this quote-unquote real banner to get Belle. So again, the wishlist is going to be the exact same. I don't know if this will change once more characters are released, because this game is only about a month and a half old. But for now, all these characters are still the same, so I still have the chance of pulling any of these characters along with Belle this time. And I think Belle actually does have a slightly higher rate. I might be wrong about that, but yeah, Belle does have a rate up just because this is her banner. She has a 1.3% chance, which is great. So let's go ahead and get into the summoning. would... Oh, what is this? Would you like to spend diamonds to invoke? I would. I'm going to hide that until tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed I actually get her somewhat early. It looks like I didn't even get an SSR this time, which is unfortunate. But hopefully I get her somewhat early. Don't have to spend all of my gems. But I do have, 4 multis. So, at the very least, I'll spend them all. We'll see what happens. Okay, looks like, unfortunately, 2 of my 4 multis are out of the way. Which is a bit sad. Can we get an SSR? Wow, we're still not. Thankfully, we can. Oh, wait, we did get... Oh, okay, we got an SSR. It didn't really look like an SSR to me, but that might just be because my monitor right now is on nightlight mode. But we got Nina, so this was not one of the wishlisted characters, which is unfortunate, but it's still a new SR character, so I'll take it. And then I think we have, one more multi. We'll see if we get anything. No SSR, unless this is an SSR maybe? No, okay, we got shafted, but you know what? It's whatever. At the very least, you can skip through the multi if you know you're going to get shafted. I should also mention rerolling, because if you're like me and didn't really get the characters you specifically wanted, you can reroll pretty easily on this. So all you have to do is return to title here, and then you can pretty much just reset your account. I have already linked mine. However, you can pretty much just link it again, or link it using a different system here, like I can use Twitter or Google Play the next time. But all you have to do is press reset game data, and then basically just do the tutorial, reset your account, and then summon until you get the character you want. Then you can just relink your account again. It really couldn't be simpler. So now I would just choose don't sign into to Google or anything. I can go through the tutorial now, everything will be normal, and then I can just summon again. And yes, after this, I did reroll my account about 6 times before I got this very lucky one that I'm going to stick with, that you're seeing now. I pretty consistently pulled SRs, I would say close to 1 for every 2 multis summoned.
This piece of crap world disgusted me. But... if there's more guys like you around, then this world might not be all that bad.
Overall, I can say I'm very impressed with this game. Although the combat might get repetitive at times, they do at least include the option to fast forward battles, and even if you don't play 24/7, you can still collect rewards to upgrade your characters. On top of this, the art and music are amazing, which is also why summoning for more characters doesn't seem like a chore or a cash grab, and more like a bonus. And for these reasons, I am firmly putting MementoMori AFK RPG in the try it out category. Even if you aren't the biggest fan of the gameplay style, I would definitely say it's worth a download, at the very least for the art and the music. But if you have a different opinion based on what I showed, or even if you've played the game before, please do share them in the comments. Like I said at the beginning of the video, because this is a new series I'm trying out, it will still take me some time to form the most accurate, unbiased rating system. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comments, but for now, I'll be grading the games out of art direction, things like art style, attack animations, voice acting, theme, etc. Gameplay, things like main story, daily tasks, PvP, additional game modes. Longevity, which is community and dev support, frequency of updates, etc. And summoning, which is going to be the rates, free-to-play friendly, character list, and additional ways to obtain characters. I will also give bonus points as I see fit for things like story, quality of life, and collabs or IPs. I don't plan on ranking these games on a set number of 1 to 100, rather on a tier list of, in my opinion, if you should try out the game or not. However, if you do want to see me rank these games out of 1 to 100, then let me know in the comments, and I can also add that into this tier list. And with all that being said, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to let me know what you think of the series, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.